into today's video with a little bit of apprehension. I wasn't sure how the OnePlus 11 was going to hold up taking street photos, and it surprised me, and by the end of the video you'll kind of understand why. Now, I will disclose, OnePlus gave me this phone for free, and also they paid me for a reel over on Instagram, which I did as a collaboration post with them recently. They have no say in what I say in this video, and it's not sponsored by them at all, but the device is obviously free, which is why I'm making a video about it. With all that being said, all of the photos in today's video are edited from my presets. There's a link in the description. Over 12,000 people have trusted the presets and bought them and enjoyed them, so you might as well head down and buy them. You can use them on mobile as well. If you have an iPhone, then you can use the DNG files that you get with the download, and then if you have an Android, you can use the XMP files. If you get lost, I've also included a link below to the Adobe website, which explains how to import presets to your mobile phone. Okay, so the first location we come to is QVB with this OnePlus. Now down here, I don't know if you can see, we have this escalator, we've got like a clock thing. Because we can change this, because it's a raw file, we're going to be able to edit this in post as well. Just going to make this nice and symmetrical. There's one person currently on the escalator, which looks really nice. Sick. And then continuing on with QVB, we can go around here, which will also look pretty sick. A couple of things we can do here. You can do some look down shots. I don't know if you can see this, that is a very bright light, but down here you've got the staircase, which looks pretty sick. I'm just going to get a nice quick one here. Again, I'm just going to have to change up the settings. You can just shoot in auto in raw mode, which okay is up to you. You can kind of like play around with it as you would. I like to use manual and just kind of edit and change the settings as I please. So I'm going to go 100th of a second here. ISO, going to pull that down, and hopefully we can pull it back in post, and we're going to put it on nice and wide, and we're going to use this as a kind of a leading line towards the stained glass, but then also kind of a bit of the stairwell. So I think some nice lines going on here that we can kind of work with. Maybe if we come down a little bit like to here, this would be really nice if you had somebody walking through the frame like on the stairs like that. No, come on, get it, get it, get it, get it. How did I miss that? It's always the same whenever you're doing like photography. You start talking and you miss the bloody shot. But I don't know if I got it. I kind of got it. You got the idea. It's very geometrical, very symmetrical, etc. All of that jazz. But if you come down to here, down to this corner, and you well, just change the settings, make it like 60th of a second. I mean, I don't know how they, on this phone, I don't know how they kind of justify what that is, because it's all kind of up to the system. Like with the camera, you're controlling the shutter speed and the aperture and everything, whereas this is kind of aperture priority all the time, because it has a fixed aperture. I can't change the aperture, but I'm just changing the shutter speed and the ISO. So look, it's a phone. You're only ever going to get the best you can out of it. Sorry about the serenade in the background. I'm just going to show you this shot, and then we'll move on somewhere further, somewhere down the road. But you can kind of see that that shot on the screen. As you can see, it kind of works. Okay, so shot here, we're at the 2x lens. It's a nice reflection shot. Got some people on the escalator. Kind of worked. I think maybe at +1 it would have looked better. But we'll go with what we got, because I don't know when the next person is going to come up the escalator, but we'll go with what we got. That was at 160th of a second, ISO 1250. Now, what I will say is I would take the settings that I'm talking about in this video with a pinch of salt, purely because, like I said just now, it's on a phone, and I don't know how you can justify that is 160th of a second, and what they justify as 160th of a second. I think we'll just have to take it with a pinch of salt. If that's what they say it is, that's what they say it is. I don't know if it is. I feel like it's just AI making it up. Maybe if I just follow this dude. Maybe when he steps into the light. The shadow looks pretty sick. Okay, so for the next spot, I've just come off George Street, which is just here, which goes through this kind of cool thing. It's called the Pavilion. And it goes through to King Street. So I'm going to get a few shots here to try and get the shot that I want to. We're at 1x 200th of a second. Let's just get a test shot for now. Okay, that's one shot, and then I can maybe frame if I go a bit closer, I might be able to frame the tower in one of the, yeah, like that. That's nice. Okay, so I'm gonna get a shot of the tram, and so basically I'm gonna get one shot during the day and I'm gonna get one shot during the night in the same location, and then you can see the difference and how they look. I'm just gonna speed up a little bit so I'm actually there before it drives off again. And I think we'll go with ×2 because it gives us more compression. And I'll go on to kind of maybe just by here, get down. Am I going to be quick enough there? That's the question. I don't think I like the ×2. But ideally, the idea of today is I want to see how this does at night time, and I'm just getting a little sense of it before it does get darker. Okay, so for the next shot that we're going to get with the OnePlus is through here. There's a nice little look up shot just over here. So basically go through the doors, look up, there's loads of mirrors, and there's a building. It looks pretty sick. And I think at 0.6 it'll look pretty good. Drop the bag down because it's bloody hot. Sweating. Come on, open up. There we go. Okay, so 0.6, and we'll look up so you can see the shot. This is the shot. Tap in the center to focus. I'm gonna get down a little bit so I can get more in the frame. Center frame here. Just do it on the phone. We're at 1/60th of a second. We would get one in landscape actually. It's quite nice. The other thing I don't like about this is when you turn the phone to the side, it'd be nice if, I mean, iPhone doesn't do this either. Just wait for this to go through the frame. Now let's see what this is what happens if we put this at like, I might go 2 times, there might be a better frame. Change the shutter speed to like 15th of a second. Obviously trying to stay mega still. One thing about this, but not one thing because there's other things, but a pretty annoying thing about this phone is when you click off the camera and click back on, it doesn't save the settings you're previously at. It always goes back to like auto, and it also changes it back from RAW plus or RAW to JPEG, which is really frustrating. Like just then, and the shots that I got before, because I just assumed that it was going to be shooting still in RAW, have all gone to fucking JPEG. So thanks for that. Hopefully that worked. We'll see if we can get a panning shot as well of something going through the frame, because I'm pretty sure we can get something. So look, scooter, and maybe if I come over to the left hand side, I might be able to get a panning shot of the tram going through the frame. Now I'm using the Pro mode and I've got RAW plus on, which is going to give me the best possible photos. Alright, here we go. Tram going through. So all I'm trying to do is just trying to match the tram going through the frame, just trying to match its speed, and then moving with it with the phone. And I think, yeah, we got one of them, we got one for sure. Now I got this shot the other day at another POV that I did, but I think it'd be a good example to show you with a camera versus a phone. So if I come over here and then aim back towards these lights here, tap to focus. We're going to take 1x1 as well. And I'm hoping with a little bit of an edit we can make it look a little bit more spicy. I'm going to turn the change the ISO. Oh, that looks nice. That's nice actually. Change the ISO and just turn it down a little bit. So we're now on ISO 2500, 100th of a second. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I would take these settings with a pinch of salt, because obviously, you know, it's not the same as having like an actual shutter for your camera. It's all done with a sensor. We're gonna go ×2 and just pan with the dude with the umbrella. This dude walking through. Nice. I don't know if any of those worked. Maybe they did. The phone's kind of bugging out because it's getting rained on. It's like mega buggy, but we'll keep working with it until it kind of dies. Well, maybe not dies, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's change the shutter speed. This kind of work. I think we can make this work. Okay, so I'm going to wait for somebody to walk through the frame. It's a bit quieter tonight, which is a plus side for me. And then we'll wait for somebody just to be in that back frame there, which has just happened there. Nice. And they're wearing nice white clothes as well, so they stand out a little bit. We'll take that, we'll keep walking on. We'll try and get another panning shot. We'll stay at 100th of a second, or what the phone deems as 100th of a second, and we'll pan. Okay, so 2 people here with umbrellas, I think would be quite nice. We can get like the lights behind them, and we'll go at ×2. It's always very difficult when I go from using like a professional camera to a phone, because although in my head I think, yeah, it's going to be a good shot, you never really know until you put it onto your laptop and you see. With a camera, you know, like when you take that shot, you know it's good, you know it's going to be trustworthy. With a phone, it's always hit and miss, you never really know. Ah, the phone is buggy as fuck. Oh no. It does not like this water on it. But hey. Oh no. Oh, come back to me, phone, come back. Oh no, we've lost touch. What is going on? Oh, come on. Power through, power through. You've got this, phone. I believe in you. All right, there we go. Settle down. See if we can tap to focus on this. We'll change the focus. If it'll let me. Oh, it's so buggy. Come on. Play ball. Come on. Thank you. I don't really like this. We'll get it on this side. Come on. Okay, so this light over here is really nice. Right, so let's set this back to auto. Oh my god, this phone. Oh, don't use it in the wet, that's for sure. Come on, phone. There we go. Right, autofocus is back on. Let's change the ISO if it'll let me. All right, let's get a silhouette in front of this. I think if we go down, it'd be quite nice to get like a reflection of people, but I think I need to go back a bit because I don't really like being that close. Come on, play ball. No, stay fucking there. Come on. Oh, so frustrating. But yeah, I think I've got it. That was infuriating. Every single time I like took my hand off the phone, it was changing focus. Quick change of settings. Going to go back to ISO 800. Doing this. We shall jump behind, or I don't know, I think that was going a bit too quick, or I don't know, maybe not, looks okay on the photo. Okay, rain's coming down hard, but if I face up like this, might be able to get some nice, oh yeah, sick. Come on, there we go. Okay, I wanted to try one now, and it does work. Okay, that's gonna look pretty sick. Basically, down here there's a sign that I got a really cool shot the other day that you can see on the screen. I'm going to try and imitate that shot with this phone. Doubt it's going to turn out as good, but hey, we're going to try, we're going to see what we can do. Okay, so phone is holding up pretty good. I actually don't know the weather sealing of this phone, so we'll just hope it doesn't die on us, but we'll keep trying, we'll keep shooting, and if it dies I'll let you know. Oh, grimace. Grimace, grimace, grimace in the rain. Oh, look at this for a vibe. See if we can get the ISO. Oh, I think I got it. Yeah, I got a cool vibe. Maybe even just like this one here. Come on, please, 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 phone. Oh, this is nice. Maybe we'll travel at times 2. Alright, sweet. I like that. We'll keep moving down. We'll keep moving down to the shot that I want to get. The tram. It's going through the frame. Again, this might be a cool shot if we get somebody walking through the frame. Move out. Let's move out of the road before we get run over. The biggest issue I'm running into with the phone at the moment is the fact that on the screen, when the droplets are going on, as you all know, that when phones get water on the screen, they kind of have a mind of their own. And right now, the the OnePlus has a mind of its own with all the droplets, but it's holding up good. It's holding up good. Oh, am I going to be able to make that? Fuck, I'm going to have to run it. Come on. Getting a sprint on with the OnePlus. I want to get that shot off the phone. Oh, come on, don't fuck with me now. Come on, phone. There we go. Times 1. I reckon I'm going to miss it. Need to get to the Pro Mode 2. Come on, please save my settings. No, it did not save my settings. Of course it didn't. Why would it save my settings? It's almost like it knew I wanted to be quick. Come over to the right hand side. Get the going sign. Come a bit closer. And then swap over to 0.6. Oh, that was a very dark shot. I don't know if that's going to come out or not, but that was mega dark. I mean, I've edited it anyway. We're back to where we were at the beginning of this video, QVB, where we were doing those really wide shots with the staircase and stuff. Okay, so the shot that I got the other day is on the screen. If you're wondering why I'm shouting, there's a dude down there playing hit songs, and if it gets listened to by the algorithm, I'll get demonetized, and I don't want to get demonetized, so I'm going to have to keep talking the entire time. The shot that I got is looking up here, which you can see on the screen. I'm going to get the same shot now with this phone and see how it compares to the Sony a7 IV. Obviously, there's absolutely no comparison between the two of them at all, because, well, the Sony a7 IV is an absolute boss of a camera compared to this phone, but we'll do our best. We're going to look up, we're going to get the shot only even a portion as good as the one that I took with my camera. We're going to change the shutter speed, we're going to up it a little bit to 200th of a second, ISO to 2500, and I'm going to pray that we can pull this out in post-production and get a decent shot. I'm going to have to move on because I'm going to get demonetized otherwise if I stay in this area, but I think it looks pretty sick. I'm happy with the shots, and to be honest, this phone is surprising me in the way that it's a camera. And what I mean by that is, a lot of the time people make excuses to not take photos. They find a reason to say no, they find a reason to not do the thing they want to do, and because it's easier, right? It's easier just to say no. It's easier not to listen to what you want to do, and instead you end up not doing it. Whereas if you just go out with whatever camera you have, your phone, your camera, your mum's camera, your friend's camera, and just create, you're going to walk away with something you didn't have in the first place, which is obviously way better than just sitting at home moaning about it. So, see if we can get a shot here. We're still at the same settings we just were at. Lovely reflection going on. Gonna let the autofocus kind of decide where it wants to put the focus, but it's looking pretty sick. Wow, yeah, that's sick. I'm actually going to drop the top of it in the water just to get that nice shot. This might be like the famous last words, but I'm happy with the shot that we've got. I'm going to get a shot of the Gowing sign, just kind of like looking straight up at the Gowing sign from the corner when these guys go into red, which they've just done, which is sick. I'm going to come into the corner here, get some of that light flare coming in. Come on, definitely a vibe.
Now, if we go off the photo that I've just taken and do a direct comparison between the one that I took with the Sony a7 IV, you can see there's not that much difference between the two. Yes, okay, that's down to the editing style and down to the situation. Link in the description for the presets. It makes you think, do we sometimes overthink content? Do we overthink the content that we're trying to take? And I feel like sometimes we do. Of course, phones are never going to replace cameras and lenses because firstly, you just don't get the same quality, especially when you punch in. And secondly, you don't get that adaptability, you know, the 24 to 70 range or the 7200, or, you know, you don't really get that lovely compression that you get with a lens. You know, 85mm, you can't get that with a phone. The more we look at that mentality and realize that when we're out, we don't always have to take the biggest and best camera. We just take the camera that best suits what we're going to do. And sometimes it's really nice to go for a walk around a city or a place with just a phone, because it's more accessible, more easy, and less cumbersome than a camera. That being said, if you'd like me to do some more phone content, drop it down in the comments what phone you'd like me to try out. I have some in mind, but drop it down in the comments anyway, and we'll see what we can do over the next couple of months. With that being said, we're going to have a look at the hashtag OpticalWander over on Instagram, where you can show me the content you're creating and in turn inspire me and inspire others. Okay, we're going to go to the hashtag OpticalWander, which is up to 633,000 posts. We're on the most recent, so we're going to go with this one first, which is just a shopping trolley, but I really like the vibe, very cinematic, and love the vibe of the colors. Going down from here, we're going to go with this one, which I really, really like, which I believe is in Berlin. I remember Meetup I did in Berlin, so everybody that's from Berlin, hello, how's everybody doing? Going down a bit more, we'll go with this one here of New York. Never been to New York, but I love the shot. Going down a bit more, we'll do a couple more. We'll go with this one, which is a shot looking through some trees, which I really like, giving that stuff in the foreground. We'll go with we'll go with this one here, which is a yellow tram in Manchester. Really love the shot, love the vibe. And we'll do this one here, which is really nice, and also he's shooting on a phone, so extra points. And we'll do one last one, which is this one here, which is a really nice street shot. Let's have a look at this dude's page. Sven, wow, your work is really sick. Really simplistic street stuff, but I really like it. 10 out of 10 from Sven. If you do want to get featured on this channel, you can use the hashtag OpticalWander. Just throw it in the caption below your Instagram post, and you'll get a chance to be featured on this channel. Now, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I do upload. With all that being said, create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one. This is the last 20 seconds of the video, where you can choose to go and watch this video here, or you can go and watch this video here, and alternatively you can go and press subscribe on either this side or that side. Just choose. I'll probably go and watch this one. Maybe, yeah, this one is probably, I have no idea what it is, but click it, go find out.